Hey, this is the next video. It's uh kind of a four, day five combination because I had internet connection problems yesterday and was able to get on for maybe 5 minutes tops. So now uh update is the Moonglow Tower is now level 10, and that allows the research here for the next title advancement. And I've already uh, converted all the iron, and I've got all the gold from my raids. So I've got some food now that I've built up, and I'm just gonna click here. Max I can do is create 7 true seed, which is this purified resource from the food because I only have 7,000 units of food. So I'm gonna purify, and now I have 32 true seed total. And I am 52% of the way to having all of the required resources for the title advancement. And as we look, just some of the other research that you can do later on are different gain increases to your mana if you're using lots of artifacts, either from buying them or if you have tons of raids. That allows you to be using your items quicker because you're gaining back that mana. Moonstones come into play later when the moon gates open up. Moonstones allow you to send troops through the gates either to defend, support, or attack. We can research our construction speed, which is a base construction speed gain that's spread across the whole empire. So instead of just the standard 100% when you found a city, if you research the first one, now you have 110% without any cottages. And that just helps you build a little quicker. We've got city defense, which is for castles and increases the building durability when you're under siege. We can speed up our merchant ships or carts. We can increase the capture rate of barons on enemy castles. We can increase the recruitment speed of ships and barons. We can increase all unit travel speeds. And then we have combat strength upgrades, which lends a percent bonus to both attack and defense for each unit individually. And depending on what the unit primarily takes to recruit is usually what it takes in purified resources to research. Like rangers use 160 wood a ranger, so their upgrades are all in the dark wood, which is just your purified wood units. Since the last video, I've just continued to upgrade some of my resource buildings and some of my cottages. I've almost got my intrinsic temple halfway. It's at level 4 right now, and I have 2 full days left of protection. I'm protected until January 3rd at 14:44 server time, and that's important because when you start off on a server, you got to go into the options in the bottom corner here, and in settings, switch it to server time instead of your local time, because this is how everyone in your alliance is going to be able to coordinate timings for attacks when people are online or offline, is through the server time, and that's the constant. That way you don't have to try to figure out who's where, because I've played with people from all around the world, and the server time is the one thing that makes it really easy to coordinate. So now, one thing I did get through the daily bonuses was a building minister. So the building minister expands the amount of buildings I can queue up all the way up to 16. Other than that, it doesn't do much right now because my title is not high enough to utilize the full capacity of the building minister. So if I were advanced enough, I could have him just auto upgrade buildings. And what that does is I would check this box and then check the certain boxes I would want, and he starts upgrading them automatically 24/7 to the next level. He starts with cottages, he works down the list, and then when he comes to like economy buildings, he works wood to stone to iron to food, income buildings before refining buildings. So that's just something to keep in mind a little bit. But once you've got your first couple of cities together, one of the quests is for the whole, all four ministers for like a week. And this is usually, they give it as a taste, because this is part of what a lot of hardcore players use. I know some players start off and they just get all four ministers right away, but I wait until I can actually use these ministers to their full potential before I invest in all of them. But combined with the trade minister, who would continually bring resources into like your newest city that's just building up. So he supplies the resources, then your building minister automatically uses those resources to upgrade your buildings. I start off usually with cottages just to get my build speed up, and then I turn on the economy buildings or the military production buildings, depending on if it's a military city or a resource city. Other than that, I usually wait for barracks. If I have warehouses, I tend to wait on those too. I keep the upgrade other buildings though, because this keeps my town hall continually upgrading. If I have tons of marketplaces or harbors or a castle, I tend to build those later once most of my other buildings are built. That way it's not taking away from building up an income of that city. So right now we're just kind of maintaining what we've been doing. A quest for reaching a score of 1,500. Some extra resources. I don't have to hold those right now for anything, because I still have resources to purify that I need. I need to start saving up for a Baron, which, if we look in the recruitment, a Baron just on his own is 50,000 iron and 100,000 gold. So that means for gold-wise, you need 140,000 gold altogether. I'm still a ways off, but as I said, I still have a couple days. I'm still gonna be getting my raids are still coming in. I will still hit a couple of quests, such as the 100 carts. That's 7,000 right there, because I need 250 for sure. And then on top of the research, when I build my next city, I need resources just to settle that. I need 100,000 wood and stone each, 25,000 iron and food each, plus the 250 carts. And that's just to build your town hall. You get one town hall in the center in the outline of your walls, and that's it. So, and 5,000, sorry. 5,000 of every resource, I believe. Yeah, either 5,000 or 3,000. Either way, it's usually enough to get your town hall to level 4 right away, and then place a combination of 40 buildings, both resource and cottages. And I want it close to this my first city, because then I can ship resources right from here to a resource to the city that's building. That way I can get it jump started quicker while slowing down how much I'm building in this city, because the quicker I can get the other city going, the more resources I'm going to be able to start making overall. Because once that becomes self-feeding, resource-wise, then I can start continue upgrading the buildings here again to get more of a resource here and there while working for the next title advancement. And that just keeps spiraling on and on as you build more cities. So, just, I guess another random thing is I tend to upgrade my buildings wood first, then stone. And I do that before I do like the sawmills and the stonemasons resource-wise, because I need more of that wood in order to upgrade all of my quarries. And I've got my cottages a couple levels ahead, just because without that advantage of speed, I'm at 768% building speed. Without that advantage in speed, it just takes a lot longer in order to research these buildings and upgrade them. So other than that, I'll probably keep upgrading my marketplaces a little bit. I'm not too focused on those right now. My main focus right now is going to be to get the intrinsic temple up to level 10. Research the title advancement, build the Baron. It'll take a couple hours to build the Baron just because I only have one intrinsic temple. And then as he's building, that'll be my main time to focus on my marketplaces. So I'm really focusing on just getting more resources right now. And that's pretty much a conclusion to day 4-5, nothing big going on. Probably nothing too major tomorrow. It'll be that day 7 when things really start gearing up and getting close to City 2, and that's where the items, I haven't needed to use them right away because I've been able to build up a little bit of a buffer without being on all the time, and the level 9 and level 10 for the Moonglow Tower was upwards of 12 hours on its own, so that's 12 hours that I'm just collecting resources and not really spending anymore. That's where this little bit of buffers come from. So I'll probably use most of these in order to get to the required resources, especially that 100,000 wood and stone in order to settle a new city. So that covers day 4 and 5 pretty much.